Morning, everybody. Welcome to the channel where we build it, we don't buy it. Welcome on this beautiful but a little bit chilly Wednesday morning. Today, let's see about getting this meter panel and breaker box mounted and get ready for power. Already got the deposit. They waiting on me, so let's get it done. I need to go get my sunglasses. It's so bright this morning. We got the meter base. We got the inside breaker box. I got the wire to go up the to the weather head and stick out. So if I can just get the outside meter box mounted, I can get power. Get the ground rod put in, hooked up. They'll come hook the power up, and then once I get the inside breaker box mounted and wired, we'll be set to go. So I'm gonna probably put the main meter box right here by this door. I've thought long and hard, and I thought about mounting it. See, the meter base, which is right here, is something we bought used. I think my dad found it on Marketplace for me. It's gonna be on the outside of the wall right out here, so the conduit can just come right down this wall, right over to that meter box. And I thought about mounting the breaker box right here, but it's so far to go to that 100 amp sub panel that it's just not worthwhile. So I got the 225 amp indoor breaker box right here. It is 30 spaces, 60 circuits. This Square D Homeline, I like it because you can have a single breaker with them two little mini breakers built into it and two lugs on the back. So that's how you get your extra circuits for the same amount of spaces. Plus these Square D Homeline breakers are cheaper than most of the others. So you have to look at that too. And I caught this box. It was either on sale, which I don't think it was, or marked the wrong price. 99 bucks with 5 breakers. It's got 3 20 amp breakers and 2 double pole 30 amp breakers. So, you know, how could I go wrong with that? In my eyes. So I got it. Well, let's get to it. See what we can get done. Hope y'all enjoy it. All right, so I want the meter on this corner. All right, so I want it as close as corner, so when I build my shed off, I have as long a shed as I can possibly build. But I want it as high as it can go. Can you see it? Way up there, right? So what I did was I built a little bracket out of some 4-inch angle iron, 4-inch by 1/4 inch thick, plenty strong enough. And I drilled a hole right there to bolt to the building, and this hole is where the eye bolt for the power to attach to. All right, so let's get in scissor lift, go up there, and I'll show you where I'm bolting it at. So this is why I'm made this bracket. This is real thin, plus it's behind the trim, outside trim. So if I go right here, I'm gonna be right below that trim. I hope. Let me go outside and measure this. I need to make sure. But this is where I plan on bolting that bracket. He's right here. Take one of these this nut off right here and bolt it right there. So let's go make sure about the height. All right, so I had to go drill another hole, 2 more holes actually, and I flipped the bracket around. Instead of coming out over here, I flipped it around where it come out over here, because the bottom of the trim is right, it's actually right about here if I measured right. And so I went ahead, as you can see, it bolted in, tightened it up with my 1/2 inch DeWalt impact, so it is plenty tight enough. And I drilled my hole from this side. Let's hope I didn't mess up. Let's go take a look. It's just perfect. It's just perfect. Let's get over and take a little bit better look. All right, so yes, I can dry my scissor lift out here. It takes a few minutes to do it, and it's still a little soft right by that door. So right now, I am just going to use this ladder out here to do this part. Look at that. All right, so we'll mount it just like that right there. That's about as high as I can get. Let's go get some silicone, coat this with silicone real good, and tighten it up. Then I can get on to mounting the box. So it's just a little bit here, a little bit there to do. This took a little while doing it the way I wanted to do it, because I wanted it the way I wanted it. So I had to fabricate a little piece of angle and all. I could have done it real quick and easy and been about 12 foot in, 10 foot in from the edge of the building and gone up where that purlin is at the top. But I didn't want it that far in. I wanted it at the corner. Number one, make it easy to bring the power over here to the power box. Number two is have the shed as big as I want to have it later. So let's get this silicone out and on, and we'll get this mounted. Y'all stay tuned. Well, it's done. Got my meter panel mounted, weatherhead, my conduit, and my service conduit and weatherhead done. I got the eyelet mounted. It's a little over, it's about 15.5 foot at least off the ground. 4-aught, you know, triple 4-aught with a 2-aught ground, just like you're supposed to do when you're running aluminum for 200 amp service. Got same thing over here. All right, now I got my ground rod. Got my ground rod drove, 10 foot. It's tough driving them. I highly suggest using one of those post drivers, like for a T-post, for your fence post type deal. Get it down until you get all the way down almost as far as it'll go, and then use a sledgehammer. I gotta cut this off real quick. That won't take just a second. I just forgot to do it. This ground wire, the second ground wire, is going through the conduit and going in the building. Okay? Now it goes, let me show you where it goes. Goes right here. This is that ground wire. I drilled a hole on the bottom side of this conduit and come out through it. Now this is the rebar that's attached to the rebar inside in the concrete. So it's a little extra ground. It's actually cold in places, you know. So I went ahead and did it. Now next I want to get a 2-inch C-clamp and put right here and attach this just for a little extra, what should I call it? A little bit extra insurance maybe. You know, it's attached, it's solid, you know, it's not going nowhere. Panels mounted, not conventionally, but I'm going to come back with some Unistrut when I get some, but for right now this is plenty. These are the breakers. It came with 5 breakers. It came with a 2 30 amp double poles and 3 20 amp single poles. I had a 50 and a 60 double pole. I bought a 100 amp double pole, which is going to be the 100 amp service in the office over there. Kind of cut down on a lot of the wire length and cost by doing that. I had a 40 amp double pole, and I had these 15 amp. They're single pole, but on in one breaker, so it saves space, as you know, makes it where you can have more. So I've got 11 spaces open. My lights are ordered. My high bay lights are ordered. They're 100-watt LED, you know, high bay lights. I've got 10 of them coming, and we're going to see how far those 10 go. I buy as cheap as I can. You know, I'm not trying to be cheap, but at the same time, that's something that I can upgrade later. But I bought those 10 for $260 or so delivered. I'm going to try it. You know, I forgot how many lumens it is. It's like 11 or 12,000 lumens each. So, I got to start making my plans for where I'm going to put them and how I'm going to put them. Do the best that we can. Appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a great day. Y'all tune in next time.